sitting in and hitting sides on the counter-attack, and I'm not sure if Atletico Madrid are going to come out and create too many spaces for United to attack in behind this evening, as Jan Oblak and Harry Maguire exchange the pennants in the centre circle at the moment with the match officials, and they are just doing the coin toss. And it looks absolutely jam-packed. The excitement here around this stadium is almost palatable. It's going to be a big night for both Manchester United and Atletico Madrid, of course. The first leg of a double-header. The winners will advance to the quarter-finals of the UEFA Champions League. And Jadon Sancho, another one who's operating from the... Look, he'll start from the left-hand side this evening, will Jadon Sancho, and he's impressed somewhat in recent games and started to look more and more like the player that Manchester United spent the big money on. He was in for a great deal of criticism as his Manchester United career started to unfold in the Premier League, but in recent games he's started to attract praise. He was excellent against Leeds United in that big rivals game on Sunday. And now we just await the match official and we can get underway here in Spain, sunny Spain, although it's evening time. It will be Manchester United then in their chain strip of the blue shirts, dark shorts and dark socks to get us underway. They're playing from left to right in this first half, and we should be in for an extraordinarily exciting 90 minutes. We just wait for the referee's signal. And as the whistle goes, the players do take the knee. The Manchester United players all take a knee in unison. The Atletico Madrid players all stay on their feet. And now the game can start, and Manchester United will get us underway then. Just waiting for the referee's whistle. Eventually he is ready and the game is underway, and Harry Maguire takes the ball from the edge of his D and he clears long towards the edge of the penalty area. It's flicked on by Paul Pogba, but easy to just drop into the 18-yard box, and Jan Oblak will come out and just gather the ball up, and Atletico Madrid look as if they're going to go long to start with, and they do. It's a long throw-in out towards halfway. It's flicked on into the Manchester United half of the field, and Llorente picks it up on the right channel, and he's being harassed by Fred, and the ball pops loose, and Atletico Madrid are trying to come forward. They can't keep it in play though, and a lot of close-knit contact on the near touchline there inside the first 30 seconds or so, but Diego Simeone will be quite happy with the way Atletico Madrid operate in the press there in the higher areas of the field. Luke Shaw has the ball for the Manchester United throw-in midway inside his own half down the left-hand side. He's sneaking a lot of yards forward, is Luke Shaw, and eventually throws in towards Fred. His flick on is picked off on halfway, but it's going to go out for another throw-in to Manchester United, level with their own 18-yard box down the left-hand side. Harry Maguire was just happy to let the ball drop out of play, and Manchester United have started the game somewhat calmly. As I say that, Luke Shaw clears the ball long out towards the right-hand side, and Marcus Rashford does just about win the header under duress, but he can only put it out of play down the left-hand side again, and it will be another this time it's an Atletico Madrid throw down this left-hand side, just a couple of yards inside the United half. Thrown forward, and it's a bit impetuous. First action for Victor Lindelof at right back is to put two hands in the back of an Atletico Madrid player, and he just pushes him down on the touchline, just a little bit too eager to get to the ball, and Atletico Madrid awarded a free kick. They move the ball out towards the right-hand side, and they try to get it in towards the area, and Harry Maguire concedes a very needless corner. There was a lot of room in behind Harry Maguire, and he was under a little bit of pressure from João Felix, but he was a good 10 yards behind, and nobody gave Harry Maguire a shout, and he needlessly puts the ball behind for an Atletico Madrid corner from the right-hand side. It's going to be Herrera to come across to take it. It should be a in-swing and delivery by the looks of things. Manchester United's zonal marking. Sorry, it's going to be an out-swing and delivery, a right-footed corner, and it comes onto the head of Harry Maguire. He heads it in towards the D, where it's flicked back in by Kanboba, and now it's in towards the area, and there's a good opportunity here, and it's a fantastic block by Victor Lindelof. The ball dropped into the penalty area, and it was Jimenez who was forward, and he thought all he had to do was hit the target, but an excellent block by Victor Lindelof, and Manchester United survive, and the ball's bouncing around outside the area, and United have a player down. It's Fred with a knock to the back of his head. He's going to receive some treatment, but Manchester United so close to conceding the opening goal of this contest. Fred just goes down off the ball. It was a challenge with Herrera in the midfield area, and Herrera just dangled an arm. It's Bruno Fernandes who gave the ball away on the right-hand side of the area, and he just allowed allowed the Atletico Madrid player Carrera to just drill the ball in and pull it back towards the penalty spot, and Victor Lindelof was alive and alert, and he got there just before Jimenez and his sliding block saved the skins of Manchester United inside the first 3 minutes here. It remains 0-0, and United do have a free kick just outside the D at the moment. Fred, who received treatment for that head injury, has just had to leave the field of play and will wait to be invited back on. Rafael Varane, in the meantime, will push the ball out towards Luke Shaw, and United have it 10 yards back from the halfway line, and Fred now invited back onto the field of play. Infield it goes to Harry Maguire, and now Paul Pogba moves it out to Shaw on this left-hand side, and United advancing slowly towards the halfway line. Clever turn from Bruno Fernandes, but too clever, and he gives the ball away, and Carrera trying to approach the right-hand side of the area, and he's dispossessed by Harry Maguire with a little bit of help from Luke Shaw, and now United move forward with Sancho, and Bruno Fernandes in the centre circle hesitates and gives the ball away again, Bruno Fernandes, and Atletico move it down towards the left-hand side. They have the ball with João Felix, and he pulls it back in towards the centre-half area. Herrera has it on the left-hand side of the centre circle. He twists out towards the left-hand side. Mandeva moves it forward one more time to Renan Lodi, and now here comes João Felix into the penalty area, gets it onto his right foot, looking for a shot, and he just can't find the bend for the far post. It goes just high and wide, and Manchester United are living very dangerously in the opening 5 minutes here of this round of 16 Champions League tie, but it is still Atletico 0, Manchester United 0. Goal kick goes short to Varane into the penalty area and out towards Victor Lindelof, who moves up to the midway point of the Manchester United half, and he plays infield towards the Brazilian Fred. He helps the ball in towards Bruno Fernandes, who first time knocks it back towards Victor Lindelof, and it goes to Varane, and he's going to miss Harry Maguire out and find Luke Shaw just hugging the left touchline 5 yards back from the halfway line. Early ball forward, Bruno Fernandes has made a run, but it just bounces away from the Portuguese international, and it allows Jimenez to head back towards Oblak, and he throws it out towards Savic in the centre-half area, and it's out towards Mandeva. No forward options for him though, and it goes back towards Oblak, and he's going to go long this time, right-footed and up towards halfway. Flicked on from the touchline from Strako, and only finds Fred just in that right touchline, and he manages to shunt the ball back towards David De Gea, but De Gea could only just keep it in play, and he hits it first time and left-footed, and it goes out for a throw-in, taken quickly by Atletico, right up in towards the left shoulder, and they're going to try and buy a corner, and they do successfully buy a corner against Luke Shaw, who had to hold João Felix where he was in that corner, and he turns around and plays the ball against Luke Shaw's shins and out for a corner to Atletico Madrid, their second of the game from the right-hand side. Good opening pressure from the team from Spain. Savic just taking up a position in front of David De Gea in the 6-yard box. There are 3 goals towards the back of the penalty spot, and Victor Lindelof's there to head clear, but it's picked up by Atletico again. Left-footed cross, and it's a really good one as well. And there's a header, and there's the opening goal of the contest, and I believe it's Carreras and João Felix who gets in there. It was a gorgeous ball from the left-hand side. David De Gea could not come into the alleyway of uncertainty, and the header from João Felix goes in off the upright and into the back of the net. First blood to Atletico Madrid. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0. It was a lovely ball from the left-hand side, it really was. Question marks about Manchester United's defending and how quickly they got out to try and stop the cross, but it was a gorgeous ball, and João Felix with the header, it was pinpoint into the corner, it goes in off the upright, nothing that David De Gea could do. He wasn't very well picked up, João Felix. It started from the Atletico Madrid corner. Victor Lindelof was alive and headed clear. Nobody went to stop the cross, and João Felix gets in between Rafael Varane and Harry Maguire. There was a big gap between the two centre-halves, and he heads home with aplomb. He was off the ground with both feet as well, and he generated all the power himself in towards the corner, in off the post. It really is a beautiful goal, and Atletico Madrid have deserved that in the opening 6.5 minutes. Manchester United have to find a way to respond. It's 1-0 here to the home side. The game is back underway, and Victor Lindelof pushes the ball forward towards Harry Maguire on halfway, and then back it goes to Rafael Varane, and now Harry Maguire just on the left-hand side of the D. We'll move it out to Luke Shaw, and the press from Atletico Madrid is really good, and Manchester United have given it away again inside their own half here, and they're at 6s and 7s United, it has to be said. The ball's with Atletico Madrid, down into the right-back channel with Shrako, and it goes forward towards the goal scorer João Felix into the United half. He finds Herrera on the right-hand side of the centre circle. He wriggles away from Paul Pogba, and Atletico Madrid just happy to keep the ball, and it goes all the way back to Oblak in the Madrid goal. He's going to send it out to Mandeva on the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. He's under pressure from Marcus Rashford, and his clearance is blocked up in the air by Rashford, and Victor Lindelof tries to head it into the path of Paul Pogba, who a little bit guilty of watching the game there was the Frenchman. And Atletico Madrid clear, but Luke Shaw picks it up in the centre circle and manages to find Bruno Fernandes, and he tucks it back to David De Gea just inside his 18-yard box, and he will slow the game down. He'll find Victor Lindelof via Rafael Varane down in the right-back position. Varane again picks up the ball for United. He's just into the midway point of the United half. Atletico Madrid not going to put any pressure under Varane. He's got Luke Shaw just making a run down the left-hand side, and he sees him, and he's going to drop the ball onto the chest of the former Southampton left-back, and he pushes it over halfway and rolls his studs over the ball, goes back towards Harry Maguire, and Manchester United just being a little bit too safe at the moment. Rafael Varane again picks up the ball on the right-hand side of the centre circle. He crosses the halfway line, better from United, out towards Marcus Rashford, just in from the right touchline. He goes back towards Victor Lindelof, and United's momentum slows down again. Fred picks it up in the centre circle and finds Luke Shaw. Out it goes to the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes, for the fourth time in the opening 9.5 minutes, gives the ball away, and Atletico can't really profit. It goes forward towards Carrera, but he runs into Victor Lindelof again in the centre circle when he finds Varane, and it comes back to Victor Lindelof via Harry Maguire. Forward it goes to Pogba. He lets the ball run between his legs and crosses the halfway line. It goes back to Marcus Rashford, and now Victor Lindelof on halfway. 1-2 with Pogba, back to Lindelof, and now Pogba again, and Manchester United not venturing forward at all at the moment, side to side and very predictable. Fred into the centre circle, and Bruno Fernandes then knocks it back to Rafa Varane. There was almost a threat of pace in the Manchester United attack for a moment. It goes forward to Rashford and then back to Varane on halfway. Left-footed ball out towards the left-hand side of the centre circle. Harry Maguire has to chase 15 yards to keep it in play, but he does so and finds Luke Shaw, and back towards the Manchester United captain and back towards Fred, who's the furthest player back for United, midway through inside his own half. Forward towards Varane, and Varane goes forward to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's dropped back to the halfway line to try and pick the ball up. He finds Lindelof on the right hand side. He wanted to get on the end of the ball with Victor Lindelof, but he ends up going back to Rafa Varane, and now the ball's with David De Gea at the edge of his own 18-yard box. Forward to Varane, and now Lindelof on halfway. It's an excellent sustained period of possession for Manchester United, but they're not moving forward with it with any real vigour whatsoever. Varane sends it up towards Luke Shaw just inside the Atletico half. He thought about moving forward. Jadon Sancho's had to come deep to try and pick the ball up. He lays it off to Harry Maguire. It goes back to Rafael Varane, and now Varane's in the centre circle, and he's trying to advance into the Atletico half of the field. In Rafael Varane's in fairness to Varane, there was no forward movement at all. United have finally knocked one over the top, and Cristiano Ronaldo keeps it alive inside the penalty area. He finds Paul Pogba, who tries to drive in towards the right-hand side, but he's dispossessed, and Atletico clear, only as far as Victor Lindelof. And now Rashford on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box goes down the right channel, but he runs straight into Nodogia, and now here comes the goal scorer, João Felix, and he tries to release Carrera in down the left-hand side, but the ball is just cut off, and it's going to go out for an Atletico Madrid throw-in down the left-hand side on halfway. Manchester United just need some fresh ideas here. We're only 12 minutes in or so, but it's very predictable, very slow, and very side-to-side in possession from United so far, who trail by a João Felix goal to nil. Throw-in by Atletico, forward into the goal scorer, but it's hooked up in the air straight onto the head of Rafael Varane, and then Paul Pogba can't control it, and it bounces back out to play for another throw into Atletico Madrid down this left-hand side, right on halfway. The ball in for the goal, incidentally, was Renan Lodi, and it was an absolutely gorgeous ball from the Atletico Madrid left-hand side. Manchester United very slow to get out and close it down, though, and the gap in between the two centre-halves, Harry Maguire and Rafa Varane, was easy for João Felix to get in there and head home, but it was a gorgeous header, and he had to generate the power himself to score the goal. Nothing that David De Gea could do. It really was a wonderful finish. Manchester United have got the ball back through David De Gea at the moment inside their own 18-yard box. He clears long with his right foot towards Marcus Rashford. He does win the header, but it's gone all the way through to Jimenez, and he leaves it for Oblak, who just puts it onto the feet of Jimenez at the edge of his own penalty area, and he squares across to Savic, and Savic will find Herrera under pressure from Fred, but he spins away. Bruno Fernandes also having a nibble, but he's done very well, and he finds João Felix on the left-hand side, and he's driving in field towards the edge of the D. Marcus Rashford coming back and having a nibble at him. It looked like a foul from Marcus Rashford at the edge of the penalty area. The referee was right there, though, and he said play on. Herrera takes over for Atletico, and he's got an option on the right-hand side. It's a good ball across the penalty area, and Harry Maguire goes to ground, and he defends very, very well on this occasion, and then Jadon Sancho gives it away. Chance again for Atletico to get a cross in down the right hand side. They get just inside the penalty area. Back it comes towards Konobia, out towards the right hand side, and Atletico were very well drowned out there by blue shirts, and it goes back towards Savic, and Savic from halfway tries to lift it out towards the right hand side and link up with Shirako, but it goes over his head and out for a throw into Manchester United level with their own 18-yard box. If you're just joining us, Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0. Goal scored from João Felix after 6.5 minutes. Luke Shaw has a throw in midway inside his own half and finds the chest of Paul Pogba, who does very well to spin and find Victor Lindelof at right back this evening for Manchester United. He moves it forward towards Marcus Rashford, who pushes the ball and goes down the right hand side. A couple of nibbles at him, but he maintains the ball as Marcus Rashford infield to Ronaldo. Great tackle, but it comes out towards Bruno Fernandes, who has a shot. It takes a deflection and it's just wide of the post, but only just. The deflection almost took it away from Jan Oblak, who tried to get across to the left hand side, but it didn't dip in time for Bruno Fernandes, and it just goes wide of the post. And it will be a corner from the left-hand side, Manchester United's first of the game. Decent effort from Bruno Fernandes. I think it would have been dealt with fairly easily by Jan Oblak, but the deflection made things tricky, and thankfully from an Atletico point of view it went wide of the post. But Manchester United can cause problems from corners. Their first Premier League goal from a corner came from Harry Maguire against Leeds United on Sunday. It took 140 attempts. Are they like buses? Will they get 2 on the bounce? Lots of pushing and shoving at the edge of the penalty area here. Luke Shaw's across to this right-hand side. It may be a left-footed delivery. An Atletico player's gone down off the ball, though, before Luke Shaw can deliver. And the referee now wants to talk to Savic in a moment. He's also talking to another Atletico player. Bruno Fernandes wants to put his 2 cents in. He's been sent away by the referee. Now Paul Pogba's joined the fray. So's Fred. Fred's been sent away. Sorting out here for the official to do. And now he seems happy, so Luke Shaw will deliver this corner from the right hand side. It looked as if Savic was being mauled by Paul Pogba, but this should be a left-footed in-swinging delivery from Shaw, and it is in towards the 6-yard box, and it's headed clear only as far as Bruno Fernandes. He's going to deliver it from the right-footed, first time in towards the area, and it's headed away, this time by Mandeva, back doing his defensive duties, gets in ahead of Marcus Rashford, and he flicks the ball away for a throw into United, level with the edge of the penalty area down the left-hand side. It's being left by Marcus Rashford for Luke Shaw. Cristiano Ronaldo just lingering around in the D at the moment, and Bruno Fernandes is picking up a position to his left, and Jadon Sancho's just to his right. It looks as if Sancho, at least temporarily, has switched to the right-hand side. Marcus Rashford's gone across to the left. Manchester United have thrown the ball almost inexplicably backwards to Harry Maguire, and now Victor Lindelof has it midway inside the Atletico half. He finds Sancho, and he finds Fred, and a lovely ball from Fred to release Lindelof, and Lindelof takes it on his chest, but it just wouldn't sit down for him, and it allowed Mandeva to just pick his pocket and clear. But Jadon Sancho picks it back up down the right hand side for United, and then Fred fouls in midfield needlessly by Fred, and he takes out Herrera, who stays down just holding his ankle just in case the referee missed it. He'll get himself to his feet again in a second. It will be a free kick to Atletico midway inside their own half, but impetuous by Fred. No need to make a challenge there. Herrera wasn't getting nowhere near the ball, and one of Fred's biggest criticisms are needless fouls and yellow cards, and that was most certainly a needless foul just when Manchester United were starting to build a bit of momentum. They will take the kick just midway inside their own half. It's a long diagonal from Atletico out towards the right-hand side, and Luke Shaw's beaten in the air, but Harry Maguire clears from the edge of his own penalty area. Rashford can't keep it in play, though, and it will be an Atletico throw-in down this right-hand side. They're just edging ever closer to the United penalty area at the moment. Not too much movement in red and white striped shirts ahead of this throw-in, though. They've managed to steal a good 10 yards on. The throw-in goes straight onto Luke Shaw's head, but his header isn't a good one, and it's allowed to bounce into the United area, and Varane has to get across the head clear, and then Luke Shaw clears left-footed. Ronaldo's beaten in the air. Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba try to settle down. Fernandes almost gives it away, runs it out of play eventually, and I think that should have been an Atletico Madrid throw-in, and the referee agrees with me. Bruno Fernandes tried to take it quickly and pull the wool over the referee's eyes, but it will be an Atletico throw-in down the right-hand side. And Bruno Fernandes he's given the ball away a fair few times in the opening 18 or so minutes of this contest, and something that I just wonder if it's the position he's playing at the moment. The throw-in comes in, and Harry Maguire lets it drop over his head, and it bounces over the byline for a United goal kick. De Gea drops it short to Varane in the penalty area and moves it up to Victor Lindelof, who is looking comfortable at right back at the moment. He's moving up towards the halfway line, and he gets into the Atletico half of the field, and again Bruno Fernandes tries to get it under a spell and puts the ball straight into touch, and it's another throw into Atletico Madrid. And Bruno Fernandes is really not having a good game here for Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo, I barely remember a touch of the ball from him. He's looking more and more isolated as the game goes on. Atletico move it back towards Jan Oblak, who's going to clear first time up towards halfway. It's in the centre circle, and Luke Shaw just wins the header, and he finds Marcus Rashford, but as a free kick against Atletico. It was Carrera who just jumped up with Luke Shaw, unfairly, says the referee. So United have a free kick on the left-hand side of the centre circle, laid by Harry Maguire out towards Luke Shaw, and that's a little bit too quick for the referee, so it's going to have to be taken again, and it's just a little bit pernickety from the official. Pogba eventually does take the free kick out towards Victor Lindelof on halfway, and Fred in the centre circle will find Harry Maguire, and Manchester United moving the ball from side to side again. Luke Shaw, though, this time links up very well with Jadon Sancho down the left-hand side, and Paul Pogba can't get on the end of the loose ball, and Atletico pick it up again, and João Felix, the goal scorer, sends it out to Mandeva on the right-hand side, and is a good ball in towards Carrera, and he lets the ball run across his body, and then he tried to play a ball in towards Aurélien Leddy down to the left-hand side, but it was cut out, well seen by Victor Lindelof, and United have the ball with Luke Shaw midway inside their own half, in towards Fred, who's just going to cross the halfway line. In fact, no, he's going to come back towards Paul Pogba in the centre circle, and he finds Lindelof, and now Bruno Fernandes just inside his own half, down the right-hand side, moves it forward to Jadon Sancho, who seems to have swapped with Marcus Rashford. Rashford's now operating down the left. Back into the centre circle, though, the ball goes with Varane. Varane gets it onto his left foot, and he pushes it into the path of Harry Maguire, 10 yards inside the Atletico half. He's going to use his right foot to bring it back towards Bruno Fernandes. He takes it on his chest and finds Victor Lindelof, and United just content to keep hold of the ball. 21 minutes have been played. Atletico leading by a goal to nil. Manchester United playing far too safe at the moment. Luke Shaw has it just in from the left touchline, and he goes back to Harry Maguire, and he goes forward to Pogba. Pogba instantly triggers a press when he touches the ball. It goes back towards Harry Maguire, and Pogba in the centre circle just twists and turns and comes out towards Victor Lindelof, but United still in their own half of the field as it goes back to Varane, and now Harry Maguire, and United may try down the left-hand side. Forward it goes to Marcus Rashford. He lays it off to Fred, and it goes forward to Shaw, but then back to Fred on halfway, and back to Harry Maguire midway inside his own half. De Gea, just inside his penalty area, will find Harry Maguire again on the left-hand side of the area, and Luke Shaw turns it infield. Bruno Fernandes can't control it, and Atletico win it back. News from the other game, incidentally, is being played this evening in the round of 16. Benfica have gone a goal behind to Ajax. João Felix in this one, though, sends it out towards the right-hand side, and there's a ball in towards the back post, and Victor Lindelof has to get in there just before Renan Lodi to head the ball behind for a corner. It was good defending from Victor Lindelof, but Manchester United again just switching off at the wrong times and in the wrong areas. Luke Shaw not getting close enough to block across, and the ball in was a decent one, and he had to get there, did Victor Lindelof. He did have a player screeching down his back. In fact, the flag has gone up, so the corner has been turned into a Manchester United free kick, and Manchester United has, with the pattern of play so far this evening, have already given the ball away. Renan Lodi tries to come down the left-hand side, move forward against Marcus Rashford, who does well on this occasion to push it into touch, and it will be another Atletico throw down the left-hand side. United just all a little bit slow at the moment in their attacking play. They've got the ball with Fred just 10 yards back from the halfway line. He loops it over to find Bruno Fernandes, and a first-time ball from Cristiano Ronaldo to release Marcus Rashford down the right-hand side, but Savage goes to ground and pushes the ball out for a corner. Excellent challenge from him. Marcus Rashford with the first opportunity to get his legs open down the right-hand side, and he did give everything, and he almost got there, but a perfectly weighted tackle by Savage pushes the ball out for Manchester United's second corner. Bruno Fernandes in towards the near post, doesn't beat the first man, dreadful corner, and Fred has to pick it up just inside the centre circle. It's sent out towards Luke Shaw on the right-hand side for United. He tries to move the ball onto his left foot. He wanted a long diagonal, but United very slow at getting back into position. Atletico are already 15 yards further up the field, and Luke Shaw has to hang on to it and now finds Rafael Varane. He moves forward towards the right touchline, goes back towards Bruno Fernandes, and he pushes it back to Victor Lindelof, who's just tucking inside at the moment. Rafael Varane is still forward from that Manchester United corner. He's just slowly getting back into position at the moment as Harry Maguire has the ball on the left-hand side of the centre circle, and he finds Victor Lindelof, and Rafael Varane has now made a darting run down the right-hand side. It's been ignored though as the ball goes left to Luke Shaw, midway inside the Madrid half of the field. He lays it off towards Marcus Rashford, who comes back to Lindelof on the left-hand side of the centre circle. Lindelof will play back to Varane, who's now finally back into a centre-half position, and United very slow to get back into their shape from their corner, and they're being forced backwards here, and a dangerous ball infield towards Fred. Oh, and it's a free kick given against Atletico Madrid, and that looked very soft to me. Fred is screaming at the Atletico player though, but my goodness, the ball was so dangerous infield from Luke Shaw to Fred. Fred miscontrolled it originally, and if anything is a Fred foul. It's Kondogbia goes in to win the ball, which he does win the ball. Fred kicks the foot of the number 4 for Atletico Madrid, and Fred very fortuitously given a free kick by the referee. Atletico Madrid would have been 3-1 bearing down on the Manchester United goal, and Manchester United very much getting away with one there. Bruno Fernandes in the meantime sends the ball out towards Jadon Sancho, just in from the right touchline, and the ball crosses the byline, and it's a bit of a jungle of legs there, but it does come off of Jadon Sancho last, and it will be a goal kick to Atletico Madrid, much to the chagrin of Manchester United. Again though, I think that is just about the right decision, as well spotted by the assistant. 25 minutes gone here. Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0. Goal scored by João Felix after 6.5 minutes. Oh, and news of the other round of 16 game today. Benfica have equalised against Ajax. It's now 1-1 in that game. 1-0 here though, and Paul Pogba wins the header in midfield, but straight into touch for another Atletico throw-in, this time down the right-hand side, about 10 yards inside their own half. Pogba's shoulders just starting to slope a little bit in midfield at the moment. He's just looking like he's on the peripheral of the game. Cristiano Ronaldo's a virtual spectator at the moment. He's looking more and more isolated as the contest goes on. Throwing comes in straight to Fred, and Fred, under no pressure, heads the ball back into touch, and it will be another Atletico Madrid throw-in 10 yards inside the Manchester United half. They're gaining yardage up the touchline in throw-ins at the moment, the Spanish side. This time it comes in and it's laid off by Carrera and sent out towards the right-hand side. Renan Lodi twisting and turning. Victor Lindelof sticking to his task well. Mandeva goes around the outside and he's going to pick up the ball here from Renan Lodi, and he does, and he comes back infield. He's going to go back towards the central midfielder on halfway, and now it's with Carrera twisted and turned in the centre circle. It drops to Llorente and he sends it out towards this left-hand side again. Quick ball in towards the area. Carrera at the byline, just twisted and turning, gets onto his right foot. Out it comes to Renan Lodi in towards the area, and João Felix with an improvised finish. He was just in front of the ball, tries to spin around with a volley, but it goes over the crossbar. Good improvisation, and again Manchester United not looking overly comfortable with anything coming into their penalty area at the moment. João Felix there afforded a lot of room. 3 blue shirts around him, but he was still in around about 5 yards of space. An unbelievable bit of movement from João Felix, but Manchester United's defending is leaving a lot to be desired so far this evening, as Paul Pogba's jostling for position on the touchline, but he gives the ball away, and Atletico now trying to come through the right-hand side through Herrera. He plays it against the feet of Marcus Rashford. Another throw into Atletico down the right-hand side, and they are dominant here against Manchester United. Throwing down towards the edge of the penalty area. Llorente can't get it back into the path of Xhaka down the right-hand side, so it's dropped over the touchline, and Shaw throws in towards Fred, and Fred finds Pogba. Pogba goes down, for me, a little bit too easily again, but a free kick has been awarded to Paul Pogba, and United have a free kick midway inside their own half, just on the left-hand side. Referee's just spotted something he's not happy with there, and he wants to have a quick word with Llorente. Llorente protesting his innocence, but it's all smiles as they move away, so United have got back on with the game. Varane moves it forward towards Fernandes. Another poor ball back from Fernandes, puts Varane in trouble, but he does well to wriggle out of it and find Luke Shaw, and he's moving up towards halfway, just rolls his studs over the ball, and Marcus Rashford goes back to the centre-half, Harry Maguire, and he's twisting and turning again. Still not a great deal of movement, in fairness to Harry Maguire in front of him. Cristiano Ronaldo has now dropped towards halfway, and he's twisting infield himself, and even he's forced backwards by the Atletico press. It's been a very impressive press by the Spanish side so far. Fernandes on the right-hand side of the centre circle, 10 yards inside the Atletico half. Victor Lindelof just goes beyond him, and now Ronaldo just beyond Lindelof takes over. Sancho has to go back to Lindelof, though. It's back towards Bruno Fernandes, and Manchester United forced to go back to square one. Fernandes this time goes over to Harry Maguire on the left-hand side of the centre circle. He thought about going down the left-hand side, but plays back infield to Rafael Varane, and Varane trips over the ball and goes, luckily for him, David De Gea, and a free kick's been given to Rafael Varane. That's a really bizarre decision. There was nobody, Carrera was nowhere near Varane as he trips over the ball there. There was a good 2 yards of space between the Atletico Madrid player and the Manchester United player, but somehow Rafael Varane's ended up with a free kick. It looks as if he trips over his own laces, Rafa Varane. Bizarre decision. Anyway, either way, David De Gea had come to Manchester United's rescue anyway, but the free kick was given, and United move it forward. They're in an offside position, and Sebastian Haller, incidentally, who scored an own goal for Benfica, has just scored at the right end for Ajax. It's now 2-1 in the other round of 16 game. Still 1-0 here, though, and the ball goes out behind for a Manchester United goal kick, which is taken quickly, and Rafael Varane was not looking at the ball. It was just laid at his feet from David De Gea and almost allowed Correa to steal in. United have given it away down the left-hand side anyway, and Ronan Linen then goes in towards the penalty area, and he goes down at the edge of the box after being nudged by Rafael Varane. It's going to be a free kick to Atletico Madrid, just a yard outside the penalty area, and Manchester United here at 6s and 7s. It's been a dreadful first half for Manchester United, it really has. And two of their most experienced players there, David De Gea taking a quick free kick, just playing it short inside his own penalty area to Rafael Varane, and Varane wasn't even looking at the ball at the time, had no idea De Gea had taken the kick, and Correa almost stole the ball in the penalty area. And then Varane makes a mistake and he bundles over an Atletico player just outside the penalty area, and United now have to be alert. Two-man wall just on the angle. This is level with the penalty spot, a yard outside the penalty area on the left-hand side for Atletico Madrid. They already lead by a goal to nil. Herrera is around this at the moment. He's the man who placed the ball. Renan Lodi, the man who delivered the ball for João Felix to score in 6.5 minutes to Atletico, is also there. This is the side in which that delivery came from. Which deliverer will it be? Diego Simeone, very animated on the touchline at the moment. He's screaming something to his players. Lodi speaking to Herrera. If it's the right foot of Herrera, it can go into the near post that the wall's defending. Herrera runs over the ball though. Lodi puts it in towards the area. It's a poor delivery. Cristiano Ronaldo heads clear. And then it's a poor ball forward, and Ronaldo, who's chased his own touch, is going to try and take hold of the ball. He's adjudged to a foul. Mandeva got himself into all sorts of problems there, and ultimately he put himself in front of the ball. He drops down on top of it, and Cristiano Ronaldo was adjudged to have fouled his man. Soft decision, to be honest. Atletico really have got away with one there. Cristiano Ronaldo did nothing wrong at all. nothing wrong at all, and he would have been bearing down on goal. He had Jadon Sancho in support as well. They would have been 2-on-1. Really poor decision from the official on this occasion, and Manchester United, it goes against them. Long ball from the free kick from Atletico Madrid has served somewhat a little bit of justice as it goes over the head of Luke Shaw and out for a throw into United down the left-hand side, but United will be very angry that decision just went against them. Cristiano Ronaldo was screaming at the official as he got up. He can't believe he was penalised, and it balances out the earlier poor decision that went in Manchester United's favour. And again, United having trouble playing their way out in the left corner from that throw, and eventually Maguire just boots it up towards halfway, but Atletico are going to send it back down their throats. It's going to be a long diagonal from Rente, and he finds Lodi just on the left-hand side of the area. He takes it down well, and he gets half a yard and drills it in towards the near post. It hits the side netting. More warning signs for Manchester United, and a more prolific Atletico Madrid side. Could be 3 or 4-0 up here in this first half. It really has been an abysmal display from Manchester United, and yet more warning signs down that left-hand side to the man who's currently pulling all the strings, Renan Lodi. He's been absolutely superb today. He already has 1 assist to his name. He almost had a goal to his name there as well. And United, despite the fact it's not been working for them all evening, are sticking with this play out from the back formation as Rafael Varane brings it out, plays it straight against an Atletico player. This time he gets somewhat fortuitous as it crosses the touchline and goes out for a throw-in down the right-hand side for United. But again, the play out from the back is clearly not working, and Ralf Rangnick may well have to turn to plan B or C here at some point. Evidence in his short tenure so far suggests he may not have one. Atletico win the ball back in midfield again, and Lodi cuts in towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. This one is cleared to the midway point at the Manchester United half, where Cristiano Ronaldo has come back to pick up the ball. He's clearly fouled, and he's furious that no yellow card is going to be issued here to Renan Lodi, to Herrera, who just tripped Cristiano Ronaldo quite blatantly to stop him advancing with the ball. Yellow card probably was the right decision, but Cristiano Ronaldo's in danger of talking himself into a yellow card here by the vociferous way that he complained to the referee, and he's just walked away from his final warning from the official, shaking his head as Cristiano Ronaldo. Victor Lindelof brings the ball forward for United. He drops it off towards Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side, and it goes back to Fred on the right-hand side of the centre circle and across to Maguire, and now Luke Shaw. Back towards Harry Maguire, just inside the United half of the field, across to Varane, and Varane takes a touch. He's under pressure from João Felix, and Atletico here sensing blood and now moving 15 yards further up the field. And United, despite having possession, are just being forced back towards their own goal. Varane looks to exploit a gap but can't find one, so he dumps it off towards Lindelof and then goes back to Fred, who's dropped to the edge of his own D. Can Fred be the water carrier for Manchester United? He lays it off to Pogba at the edge of the centre circle, gets the ball back and shifts it right to Lindelof again, just 5 yards back from the halfway line. Fred takes over and then finds Harry Maguire on the left-hand side. Now Harry Maguire will be brave, and he is driving towards the Atletico penalty area. He dumps it off towards Shaw on the left-hand side. He's now level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Infield to Marcus Rashford, who's been a virtual spectator so far. It comes back towards Paul Pogba, 1-2 with Fernandes, and now Ronaldo, edge of the box, half a yard, gets a shot in, Ronaldo, but he just drags it wide of the post. He just created half a yard for himself there. It wasn't the best of angles for a try, but I think that's Manchester United's first shot so far this evening. It goes well wide from Cristiano Ronaldo, but perhaps a little bit of intent from the visitors. It remains though Atletico 1, Manchester United 0. I think it was a bit of a token dive to his right there from Jan Oblak as he watches the shot from Ronaldo just spin the wrong way. It does take a skim off the surface, but it curls well away from goal as the kick from Oblak is flicked on from the halfway line. It bounces off the back of Luke Shaw. It'll be another Atleti throw from the right-hand side, just 10 yards inside the United half of the field. And Diego Simeone must sweat so much after a game. I've never seen a coach move as much in the dugout as he does. He really does kick every ball. So throwing comes in for Atletico onto the head of Carrera and back to the central midfield area. A lovely turn infield, and they find João Felix just 10 yards back from the edge of the D, and they send it out to Lodi on this left-hand side. His first touch just takes him away from where he wanted to be. He has to come back to Mandeva, and Mandeva thought about a cross himself. He finds A return ball to Lodi though, and Atletico just slightly guilty of overplaying down the left-hand side, and it allows Pogba to clear. It's a bit of a rushed clearance though from Paul Pogba, and it goes all the way through to Savage, and Savage will find Herrera on the right-hand side of the centre circle, and it's a right-footed long ball looking for Lodi. It's a really good ball as well. Lodi takes it on his chest. João Felix shunts the ball up towards the right channel. Now he's in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box on the left-hand side. He's under pressure from Lindelof, and he plays backwards. The ball's left to Mandeva, and Mandeva will find João Felix again, and Lindelof dispossesses him. Excellent work from Victor Lindelof, just puts body between player and ball, and he comes away with possession, and Sancho plays it back towards Varane at the edge of his own penalty area, and he'll square it to Maguire. Very casual for Manchester United. Shaw takes over in the left-back channel, and he's going to have to clear long, and Rashford just wins the header and finds Fred forward towards Ronaldo. Ronaldo gets very lucky with his touch. He tried to lay it into the path of Rashford, and it bounced off his own leg and back into his channel, and then Paul Pogba beats 2 Atletico Madrid players, gets dispossessed by a third, who was Herrera, and then he fouls Herrera, and it's going to be a free kick to Atletico on halfway. And more frustration from Manchester United. Atletico Madrid, though, have gone about their jobs very, very well in the opening 39 minutes of this game. Very professional job from the Spanish outfit. You'd expect nothing less from a Diego Simeone side. Ball in the centre circle, and it's a long ball over to the left-hand side for Lodi. Flag stays down for now, but there were suspicions of offside. He's coming back on himself, and the flag does still stay down, so Mandeva takes over and then plays it infield to Ndogia on the edge of the centre circle, moved out towards the right hand side. Early ball in towards the area, and Victor Lindelof's there to head clear, and Bruno Fernandes gets the ball under a spell and shunts it out to the left hand side. Ronaldo, oh, he's fouled again. Cristiano Ronaldo, he came back on himself, he gets tripped, and again he's screaming at the referee for a yellow card. It was one that you would expect to see a yellow card produced, but in my experience of this stage of the Champions League, I don't know if the officials have been told to keep their cards in their pockets where they can, because I don't know, they want the best players for the second leg perhaps, I don't know. But the game I covered last week as well didn't have a single yellow card, and there were several very questionable incidents, and in the opening 40 minutes of this contest still no yellow cards, and there's been cases for 3 or 4 of them, so I'll be interested in what the referees have been told. Cristiano Ronaldo just having a little bit of treatment for his ankle at the moment. It looks like he's being felt out for cramp, has to be said. Alanga's just been sent to warm up by Ralf Rangnick, so that's interesting. United's free kick has, of course, gone back towards the halfway line, and Fred will move it out towards Victor Lindelof, who uses the outside of his right foot to find Pogba, who has his pocket picked, and Atletico coming forward again. They're 2 on 3 here, Atletico. Possible opportunity, but that's a really poor ball at the edge of the penalty area, trying to release Carrera, and it allows Rafael Varane to bring the ball out, and Atletico have to stop him by conceding the throw in midway inside the Manchester United half. That was a real good opportunity. Njobia goes forward again, and he tried to release Carrera into the box, and he got nowhere near the weight on the ball that he wanted. He gave it straight to Rafael Varane, who managed to bring it out. United have given it away. A poor ball from Jadon Sancho this time, and Atletico have the ball on the right-hand side, and they release Llorente. He's being held up by Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire does very, very well, and he's being fouled by Llorente. He goes down, and eventually free kick has been given. Then Llorente goes in towards Luke Shaw. Those two are now nose to nose. Luke Shaw laughing at the... And now Bruno Fernandes moves away, and Llorente's trying to fight the world at the moment. He's desperate to go into the referee's notebook. First Luke Shaw, who was nowhere near the incident, then Bruno Fernandes, who was nowhere near the incident, after fouling Harry Maguire and pushing him down onto the ground. And Llorente wants to take on the entire Manchester United side himself, it seems. United have moved on and taken the free kick. Marcus Rashford is fouled, this time on the right-hand side, this time by Mandeva, and it's going to be another free kick to United, just 5 yards inside their own half down the right-hand side, and Atletico are just trying to break the game up at the moment. Fred sends it out towards the left-hand side. Luke Shaw has it on halfway. Left-footed early ball up towards Ronaldo at the edge of the penalty area. His header finds Bruno Fernandes hugging the left touchline. He tries to play infield to Fred. It's half blocked, but it comes to Maguire, and now back out towards Luke Shaw into the centre circle for Fred, and then back to Rafa Varane. Out to the right-hand side, and Victor Lindelof on halfway. He'll move it forward towards Paul Pogba, midway inside the Atletico half. Out towards Rashford, just in from the right-hand side, and Victor Lindelof just uses his right foot to find Varane again in the centre circle, and that's better for Manchester United. Out towards Bruno Fernandes, midway inside the United half. This time it goes forward to Paul Pogba, and he's got Marcus Rashford in support on the right-hand side, but an early ball in towards the penalty area was easily headed away, and it'll be a Manchester United throw-in level with the edge of the 18-yard box down the right. Thrown quickly by Rashford to Pogba, back towards Marcus Rashford, and now Victor Lindelof. Early ball in, but it's behind Ronaldo, and it won't drop for Jadon Sancho down the left-hand side, and Luke Shaw will keep it in. Half a yard for a cross for Luke Shaw, and that's a better ball, but it's in towards the back post, over everybody again. Rashford on the right-hand side, another ball into the area, and again can't pick out a blue shirt, and it's very well defended on the back stick by Srako for Atletico Madrid, just headed back into the path of Jan Oblak, and 3 separate crosses on the bounce for Manchester United there, and they couldn't pick out a single blue shirt in the penalty area, and on all 3 occasions the cross went deep and long and over everybody, and United, they need to regroup at half time, and they've still got 90 seconds plus added on time in which to get there. Atletico coming forward through Lodi on the left hand side, played back in field, but he's I thought he'd given the ball away, but again, I think it's a little bit of frustration from Paul Pogba going through the back of Ngosia as he just goes straight through his ankles, and he's given away a free kick. And again, that's arguably a yellow card incident there for Paul Pogba, just going through the back of his player needlessly as such. And yeah, again, a yellow card not produced. So I just do wonder if the officials in this leg of the Champions League have been told to keep their cards to a minimum. Interesting. I know there was a red card in the Chelsea game last night, but still, free kick then to Atletico. They've taken it short, and Herrera sends out towards Lodi. Left-hand side, early ball in towards the penalty area. Oh, they've hit the crossbar. It goes in towards the right-hand side. I think it was Llorente who gets in there. He heads it down, and it bounces up against the crossbar, and Manchester United clear. They have just about survived at the end of this half. It remains 1-0 to the home side. They're still coming now, Atletico Madrid. There is a foul on Paul Pogba just in from the right touchline. João Felix has been penalised, but that ball in. United switch off again. It was a short free kick. Herrera sent it out to Lodi on the left-hand side. Early ball in. It takes a flick off of the diving attempt from Bruno Fernandes to deflect the ball wide. It gets flicked onto the back post. It's headed down by an on-rushing Llorente who had to adjust his body positioning. It hits the surface, then hits the crossbar, and United manage to clear. United have the ball just on halfway. There's a minute added on at the end of this half. We played about 17 seconds of it so far. Paul Pogba is held illegally, and there's going to be the first yellow card of the game here. And I'm not sure who that has shown it to, an Atletico player. I think is it Llorente? It's Herrera, I think, who's gone into the referee's notebook for accumulation of fouls, this time holding the shirt of Paul Pogba and not letting him escape, and that's the first yellow card of the game. Hector Herrera goes in the book. United have a free kick just on the left-hand side of the centre circle. They're sending the big bodies forward. Varane's gone forward, so has Maguire. The kick's gone short to Fred though, and Fred sends it to the left-hand side of the penalty area and can only find a red and white shirt. Headed clear, Lindelof finds Maguire though on the right-hand side, and the referee has seen enough for this half and he blows the half-time whistle. So Manchester United have been poor in this half. It has to be said, Atletico Madrid are moving the ball around very, very sensibly. They hit the bar to almost double their lead. It was Llorente who heads it against the face of Victor Lindelof, and it bounces off the floor. Lindelof knew nothing about it and then hit the crossbar, much to the relief of the Swede. But they did take the lead from a gorgeous ball from the left-hand side from Lodi, which was headed in from Felix. It was a gorgeous ball, gorgeous header, and Atletico Madrid are leading, and they're looking good value for their lead. A lot of work to do at half-time for Ralf Rangnick, and a lot of work to do in the second half for Manchester United. Join me in Manchester United attack for a moment. It goes forward to Rashford and then back to Varane on halfway. Left-footed ball out towards the left-hand side of the centre circle. Harry Maguire has to chase 15 yards to keep it in play, but he does so and finds Luke Shaw, and back towards the Manchester United captain and back towards Fred, who's the furthest player back for United, midway through inside his own half. Forward towards Varane, and Varane goes forward to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's dropped back to the halfway line to try and pick the ball up. He finds Lindelof on the right-hand side. He wanted to get on the end Manchester United attack for a moment. It goes forward to Rashford and then back to Varane on halfway. Left-footed ball out towards the left-hand side of the centre circle. Manchester United attack for a moment. It goes forward to Rashford and then back to Varane on halfway. Left-footed ball out towards the left-hand side of the centre circle. Harry Maguire has to chase 15 yards to keep it in play, but he does so and finds Luke Shaw and back towards the Manchester United captain and back towards Fred, who's the furthest player back for United. Midway through inside his own half, forward towards Varane, and Varane goes forward to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's dropped back to the halfway line to try and pick the ball up. He finds Lindelof on the right-hand side. He wanted to get on the end of the ball with Victor Lindelof, but he ends up going back to Rafa Varane, and now the ball's with David De Gea at the edge of his own 18-yard box. Forward to Varane, and now Lindelof on halfway. It's an excellent sustained period of possession for Manchester United, but they're not moving forward with it with any real vigour whatsoever. Varane sends it up towards Luke Shaw, just inside the Atletico half. He thought about moving forward. Jadon Sancho's had to come deep to try and pick the ball up. He lays it off to Harry Maguire. It goes back to Rafael Varane, and now Varane's in the centre circle, and he's trying to advance into the Atletico half of the field. In Rafael Varane's, in fairness to Varane, there was no forward movement at all. United have finally knocked one over the top, and Cristiano Ronaldo keeps it alive inside the penalty area. He finds Paul Pogba, who tries to drive in towards the right-hand side, but he's dispossessed, and Atletico clear, only as far as Victor Lindelof. And now Rashford on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box goes down the right channel, but he runs straight into Nodogia, and now here comes the goal scorer, João Felix, and he tries to release Carrera in down the left-hand side, but the ball is just cut off, and it's going to go out for an Atletico Madrid throw-in down the left-hand side on halfway. Manchester United just need some fresh ideas here. We're only 12 minutes in or so, but it's very predictable, very slow, and very side-to-side in possession from United so far, who trail by a João Felix goal to nil. Throw in by Atletico forward into the goal scorer, but it's hooked up in the air straight onto the head of Rafael Varane, and then Paul Pogba can't control it, and it bounces back out to play for another throw into Atletico Madrid down this left-hand side right on halfway. The ball in for the goal, incidentally, was Renan Lodi, and it was an absolutely gorgeous ball from the Atletico Madrid left-hand side. Manchester United very slow to get out and close it down, though, and the gap in between the two centre-halves, Harry Maguire and Rafa Varane, was easy for João Felix to get in there and head home, but it was a gorgeous header, and he had to generate the power himself to score the goal. Nothing that David De Gea could do. It really was a wonderful finish. Manchester United have got the ball back through David De Gea at the moment inside their own 18-yard box. He clears long with his right foot towards Marcus Rashford. He does win the header, but it's gone all the way through to Jimenez, and he leaves it for Oblak, who just puts it onto the feet of Jimenez at the edge of his own penalty area, and he squares across to Savic, and Savic will find Herrera under pressure from Fred, but he spins away. Bruno Fernandes also having a nibble, but he's done very well, and he finds João Felix on the left-hand side, and he's driving in field towards the edge of the D. Marcus Rashford coming back and having a nibble at him. It looked like a foul from Marcus Rashford at the edge of the penalty area. The referee was right there, though, and he said play on. Herrera takes over for Atletico, and he's got an option on the right-hand side. It's a good ball across the penalty area, and Harry Maguire goes to ground, and he defends very, very well on this occasion, and then Jadon Sancho gives it away. Chance again for Atletico to get a cross in down the right-hand side. They get just inside the penalty area. Back it comes towards Konobia. Out towards the right-hand side, and Atletico were very well drowned out there by blue shirts, and it goes back towards Savic, and Savic from halfway tries to lift it out towards the right-hand side and link up with Shirako, but it goes over his head and out for a throw into Manchester United level with their own 18-yard box. If you're just joining us, Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0. Goal score from João Felix after 6.5 minutes. Luke Shaw has a throw in midway inside his own half and finds the chest of Paul Pogba, who does very well to spin and find Victor Lindelof at right back this evening for Manchester United. He moves it forward towards Marcus Rashford, who pushes the ball and goes down the right-hand side. A couple of nibbles at him, but he maintains the ball as Marcus Rashford infield to Ronaldo. Great tackle, but it comes out towards Bruno Fernandes, who has a shot. It takes a deflection, and it's just wide of the post, but only just the deflection. Almost took it away from Jan Oblak, who tried to get across to the left-hand side, but it didn't dip in time for Bruno Fernandes, and it just goes wide of the post. And it will be a corner from the left-hand side, Manchester United's first of the game. Decent effort from Bruno Fernandes. I think it would have been dealt with fairly easily by Jan Oblak, but the deflection made things tricky, and thankfully from an Atletico point of view it went wide of the post. But Manchester United can cause problems from corners. Their first Premier League goal from a corner came from Harry Maguire against Leeds United on Sunday. It took 140 attempts. Are they like buses? Will they get 2 on the bounce? Lots of pushing and shoving at the edge of the penalty area here. Luke Shaw's across to this right-hand side. It may be a left-footed delivery. An Atletico player's gone down off the ball, though, before Luke Shaw can deliver. And the referee now wants to talk to Savage in the moment. He's also talking to another Atletico player. Bruno Fernandes wants to put his 2 cents in. He's been sent away by the referee. Now Paul Pogba's joined the fray. So's Fred. Fred's been sent away. Sorting out here for the official to do. And now he seems happy, so Luke Shaw will deliver this corner from the right-hand side. It looked as if Savage was being mauled by Paul Pogba, but this should be a left-footed in-swinging delivery from Shaw, and it is in towards the 6-yard box, and it's headed clear only as far as Bruno Fernandes. He's going to deliver it from the right-footed, first time in towards the area, and it's headed away, this time by Mandeva, back doing his defensive duties, gets in ahead of Marcus Rashford, and he flicks the ball away for a throw into United, level with the edge of the penalty area down the left-hand side. It's being left by Marcus Rashford for Luke Shaw. Cristiano Ronaldo just lingering around in the D at the moment, and Bruno Fernandes is picking up a position to his left, and Jadon Sancho's just to his right. It looks as if Sancho, at least temporarily, has switched to the right-hand side. Marcus Rashford's gone across to the left. Manchester United have thrown the ball almost inexplicably backwards to Harry Maguire, and now Victor Lindelof has it midway inside the Atletico half. He finds Sancho and he finds Fred, and a lovely ball from Fred to release Lindelof, and Lindelof takes it on his chest, but it just wouldn't sit down for him, and it allowed Mandeva to just pick his pocket and clear. But Jadon Sancho picks it back up down the right-hand side for United, and then Fred fouls in midfield needlessly by Fred, and he takes out Carrera, who stays down just holding his ankle just in case the referee missed it. He'll get himself to his feet again in a second. It will be a free kick to Atletico midway inside their own half, but impetuous by Fred. No need to make a challenge there. Carrera wasn't getting nowhere near the ball, and one of Fred's biggest criticisms are needless fouls and yellow cards, and that was most certainly a needless foul just when Manchester United were starting to build a bit of momentum. They will take the kick just midway inside their own half. It's a long diagonal from Atletico out towards the right-hand side, and Luke Shaw's beaten in the air, but Harry Maguire clears from the edge of his own penalty area. Rashford can't keep it in play, though, and it will be an Atletico throw-in down this right-hand side. They're just edging ever closer to the United penalty area at the moment. Not too much movement in red and white striped shirts ahead of this throw-in, though. They've managed to steal a good 10 yards on. The throw-in goes straight onto Luke Shaw's head, but his header isn't a good one, and it's allowed to bounce into the United area, and Varane has to get across the head clear, and then Luke Shaw clears left-footed. Ronaldo's beaten in the air. Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba try to settle down. Fernandes almost gives it away, runs it out of play eventually, and I think that should have been an Atletico Madrid throw-in, and the referee agrees with me. Bruno Fernandes tried to take it quickly and pull the wool over the referee's eyes, but it will be an Atletico throw-in down the right-hand side. And Bruno Fernandes he's given the ball away a fair few times in the opening 18 or so minutes of this contest, and something that I just wonder if it's the position he's playing at the moment. The throw-in comes in, and Harry Maguire lets it drop over his head, and it bounces over the byline for a United goal kick. De Gea drops it short to Varane in the penalty area and moves it up to Victor Lindelof, who is looking comfortable at right back at the moment. He's moving up towards the halfway line, and he gets into the Atletico half of the field, and again Bruno Fernandes tries to get it under a spell and puts the ball straight into touch. And it's another throw into Atletico Madrid. And Bruno Fernandes is really not having a good game here for Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo, I barely remember a touch of the ball from him. He's looking more and more isolated as the game goes on. Atletico move it back towards Jan Oblak, who's going to clear first time up towards halfway. It's in the centre circle, and Luke Shaw just wins the header. He finds Marcus Rashford, but there's a free kick against Atletico. It was Carrera who just jumped up with Luke Shaw, unfairly, says the referee. So United have a free kick on the left-hand side of the centre circle, laid by Harry Maguire out towards Luke Shaw, and that's a little bit too quick for the referee, so it's going to have to be taken again, and it's just a little bit pernickety from the official. Pogba eventually does take the free kick out towards Victor Lindelof on halfway, and Fred in the centre circle will find Harry Maguire, and Manchester United moving the ball from side to side again. Luke Shaw, though, this time links up very well with Jadon Sancho down the left-hand side, and Paul Pogba can't get on the end of the loose ball, and Atletico pick it up again, and João Felix, the goal scorer, sends it out to Mandeva on the right-hand side, and is a good ball in towards Carrera, and he lets the ball run across his body, and then he tried to play a ball in towards Remen Leddy down to the left-hand side, but it was cut out, well seen by Victor Lindelof, and United have the ball with Luke Shaw midway inside their own half, in towards Fred, who's just going to cross the halfway line. In fact, no, he's going to come back towards Paul Pogba in the centre circle, and he finds Lindelof, and now Bruno Fernandes just inside his own half, down the right-hand side, moves it forward to Jadon Sancho, who seems to have swapped with Marcus Rashford. Rashford's now operating down the left. Back into the centre circle, though, the ball goes with Varane. Varane gets it onto his left foot, and he pushes it into the path of Harry Maguire, 10 yards inside the Atletico half. He's going to use his right foot to bring it back towards Bruno Fernandes. He takes it on his chest and finds Victor Lindelof, and United just content to keep hold of the ball. 21 minutes have been played. Atletico leading by a goal to nil. Manchester United playing far too safe at the moment. Luke Shaw has it just in from the left touchline, and he goes back to Harry Maguire, and he goes forward to Pogba. Pogba instantly triggers a press when he touches the ball. It goes back towards Harry Maguire, and Pogba in the centre circle just twists and turns and comes out towards Victor Lindelof, but United still in their own half of the field as it goes back to Varane, and now Harry Maguire, and United may try down the left-hand side. Forward it goes to Marcus Rashford. He lays it off to Fred, and it goes forward to Shaw, but then back to Fred on halfway, and back to Harry Maguire midway inside his own half. De Gea, just inside his penalty area, will find Harry Maguire again on the left-hand side of the area, and Luke Shaw turns it infield. Bruno Fernandes can't control it, and Atletico win it back. News from the other game, incidentally, is being played this evening in the round of 16. Benfica have gone a goal behind to Ajax. João Felix in this one, though, sends it out towards the right-hand side, and there's a ball in towards the back post, and Victor Lindelof has to get in there just before Renan Lodi to head the ball behind for a corner. It was good defending from Victor Lindelof, but Manchester United again just switching off at the wrong times and in the wrong areas. Luke Shaw not getting close enough to block across, and the ball in was a decent one, and he had to get there, did Victor Lindelof. He did have a player screeching down his back. In fact, the flag has gone up, so the corner has been turned into a Manchester United free kick, and Manchester United has, with the pattern of play so far this evening, have already given the ball away. Renan Lodi tries to come down the left-hand side, move forward against Marcus Rashford, who does well on this occasion to push it into touch, and it will be another Atletico throw down the left-hand side. United just all a little bit slow at the moment in their attacking play. They've got the ball with Fred just 10 yards back from the halfway line. He loops it over to find Bruno Fernandes, and a first-time ball from Cristiano Ronaldo to release Marcus Rashford down the right-hand side, but Savage goes to ground and pushes the ball out for a corner. Excellent challenge from him. Marcus Rashford with the first opportunity to get his legs open down the right-hand side, and he did give everything, and he almost got there, but a perfectly weighted tackle by Savage pushes the ball out for Manchester United's second corner. Bruno Fernandes in towards the near post, doesn't beat the first man, dreadful corner, and Fred has to pick it up just inside the centre circle. Sent out towards Luke Shaw on the right-hand side for United. He tries to move the ball onto his left foot. He wanted a long diagonal, but United very slow at getting back into position. Atletico are already 15 yards further up the field, and Luke Shaw has to hang on to it, and now finds Rafael Varane. He moves forward towards the right touchline, goes back towards Bruno Fernandes, and he pushes it back to Victor Lindelof, who's just tucking inside at the moment. Rafael Varane is still forward from that Manchester United corner. He's just slowly getting back into position at the moment as Harry Maguire has the ball on the left-hand side of the centre circle, and he finds Victor Lindelof, and Rafa Varane has now made a darting run down the right-hand side. He's been ignored though as the ball goes left to Luke Shaw, midway inside the Madrid half of the field. He lays it off towards Marcus Rashford, who comes back to Lindelof on the left-hand side of the centre circle. Lindelof will play back to Varane, who's now finally back into a centre-half position, and United very slow to get back into their shape from their corner, and they're being forced backwards here, and a dangerous ball infield towards Fred. Oh, and it's a free kick given against Atletico Madrid, and that looked very, very soft to me. Fred is screaming at the Atletico player though, but my goodness, the ball was so dangerous infield from Luke Shaw to Fred. Fred miscontrolled it originally, and if anything is a Fred foul. It's Kondogbia goes in to win the ball, which he does win the ball. Fred kicks the foot of the number 4 for Atletico Madrid, and Fred very fortuitously given a free kick by the referee. Atletico Madrid would have been 3-1 bearing down on the Manchester United goal, and Manchester United very much getting away with one there. Bruno Fernandes in the meantime sends the ball out towards Jadon Sancho, just in from the right touchline, and the ball crosses the byline, and it's a bit of a jungle of legs there, but it does come off of Jadon Sancho last, and it will be a goal kick to Atletico Madrid, much to the chagrin of Manchester United. Again though, I think that is just about the right decision, as well spotted by the assistant. 25 minutes gone here. Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0. Goal scored by João Felix after 6.5 minutes. Oh, and news of the other round of 16 game today. United appear to be man marking rather than zonal marking, which is a change from the first half. The corner comes in and Paul Pogba wins the header, only as far as Llorente at the edge of the penalty area, who hits it on the half volley, but he slices across the ball and it goes wide of David De Gea's post. More warning signs though for Manchester United. Still 1-0 to Atletico. And that is an interesting change from that Atletico Madrid corner as well, because Manchester United were most certainly marking man for man on that occasion. The first half they weren't looking entirely comfortable zonal marking, and I just were intrigued as to whether that's going to be a permanent change as this half goes on. The ball's gone long from De Gea and it bounces off the head of Paul Pogba and out for a throw in to Madrid down the left hand side, around about 10 yards or so inside their own half. I'm sure they'll steal some yardage and move it towards the halfway line though. That's exactly what they're doing at the moment. It goes forward to João Felix and he hooks it back to the halfway line where Carrera runs into Fred. Fred can't win the ball back, and Atletico still coming down the left-hand side, and they're driving infield now. It comes back towards Herrera and out towards the right-hand side where they've picked it up early. Ball in towards the near post, and there's a good ball as well, looking for Lodi, who was lingering there, but Victor Lindelof had tucked in from right back and he flicks the ball behind for another Atletico Madrid corner. Early pressure here from the Spanish side at the start of this second half. They already lead by a goal to nil. Manchester United have been very sloppy this evening. A lot of football though to be played at the moment. Ronaldo and De Gea are in deep discussion on the goal line at the moment. Savage has picked up a position just at the near post. Ronaldo picking him up. Jimenez has gone to the back post and he's being marshalled by Paul Pogba. Fred's picked up a position on the penalty spot. Nobody's picked up Carrera at the front, at the far post, but the ball is cleared at the front post, doesn't beat the first defender. Atletico hook it back towards the edge of the area. João Felix can't control it, and between Fred, Rashford and Luke Shaw, they manage to tidy up Manchester United, and they find Sancho in the centre circle. Back to Fernandes, and a first time ball forward to Cristiano Ronaldo. Jadon Sancho goes around him on the outside on the right hand side. Back it comes to Fernandes. He picks up half a yard for a cross and then delivers a dreadful ball over everybody, over the crossbar and into the stand, away behind that goal, away to my left. Dreadful ball from Bruno Fernandes. He's had a really poor evening for Manchester United so far, and the chance and the momentum for United is gone. Goal kick. If I was Ralf Rangnick, I'd honestly think about hooking Paul Pogba here, making a change in that Bruno Fernandes here. Sorry, Paul Pogba. He has had just a poor evening, just one of those days for the Manchester United maestros. Luke Shaw's committed a late challenge in the midfield area, and he's going to go into the referee's notebook. Just one of those challenges where he stands on an opponent's foot who's Still down on the ground. He will require some treatment. An accidental trip from Luke Shaw, but one that merited going into the referee's notebook, and he's the first Manchester United player booked of the first leg. As he goes on to Schalke's foot. He just got there a little bit late, and it certainly did merit a yellow card, as the Atletico player is going to receive some treatment. He's just still down on the ground. There's a painful one over the top of his metatarsal area over his foot, so he'll get up with a bit of a limp. He should be able to run it off, though. One of those impact injuries, and Luke Shaw joins Hector Herrera in the referee's notebook. Free kick then to Atletico Madrid on the right-hand side, 15 yards inside the Manchester United half. In fact, I think the referee's going to move that back a couple of yards, so it'll be 10 yards inside the United half. Cristiano Ronaldo still cutting a frustrated, isolated figure in the Manchester United attacking line as the kick comes in, and it's a poor one over the right-hand side, over everybody. Fred does well to just let it drop over his head now for a goal kick to United, who have to find a way back into this game. Here comes Victor Lindelof. He's midway inside his own half at the moment, up towards halfway. He drills a direct ball looking for Marcus Rashford, who tried to peel away from the left back, but he watched the ball weld at the left back and he heads clear. Lindelof picks it up again for United on halfway down the right-hand side. A few yards in from the touchline, he has to come back to Rafa Varane, who will find Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. A little bit more intent from United this time. Forward to Rashford, and then Bruno Fernandes again gives it away. He tries to flick it round the corner, and United could be in trouble as Carrera tears towards the edge of the D, plays it just behind João Felix, but it comes anyway for the left-hand side, and that's really unlucky from Lodi as he tries to just flick the ball over the foot of Marcus Rashford, who was back trying to defend for Manchester United, and he just puts too much on it, and it ends up going behind for a goal kick. That was a really good opportunity for Atletico Madrid, but again caused by Bruno Fernandes giving the ball away needlessly in midfield, and Rangnick really has to start thinking about a change as United launch the ball up the left-hand side. Marcus Rashford trying to keep it in play and deliver across. He can't get there, though, and it's very well defended by Jimenez as he pushes it out from Manchester United, throwing deep in Atletico territory. Fernandes this time throws down to Rashford and gets the ball back, and it's a decent ball back towards Harry Maguire from Bruno Fernandes. Into the centre circle it goes. Rafa Varane now out to the right hand side, and Lindelof moves it forward to Pogba. His first touch takes him away from the midfielder and lays it off to Sancho, who cuts infield. He's darting towards the edge of the area, laid off towards Pogba on the right hand side. He tries to find Sancho again at the right corner of the area, but it's been flicked out towards Marcus Rashford, and he tries to split the lines looking for the run of Luke Shaw on the left hand side in the area, but can only find Carrera, who then steps away from the challenge of Harry Maguire. He finds João Felix, who gets tripped on the left hand side of the centre circle from Bruno Fernandes and wins his side a free kick. And again, more frustration for Bruno Fernandes. 8 minutes gone of the second half. It's still Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0, but a little bit more intent. Atletico started this second half very, very strongly, but a little bit more intent from Manchester United sets us up for a thrilling final end to this contest. The ball is with Atletico Madrid. Pull ball forward though, and it's gone straight to Fred. Llorente's just gone down off the ball, but the referee not interested there. Ronaldo just inside the Atletico half finds Fernandes on the touchline. He hasn't taken off his toes again, Bruno Fernandes, but it wasn't a great deal he could do that time. I'm not sure he wanted the ball from Cristiano Ronaldo there. It goes out for United throw-in, already taken, and Fred has it 10 yards inside the Atletico half. He finds Luke Shaw, and backward it goes to Harry Maguire, out towards Victor Lindelof on the halfway line, down the right-hand side. He turns, and his instinct is to find Pogba, and he continues his run, does Lindelof. It goes to Sancho, though, hugging the right touchline, and back towards Pogba. Diagonal ball, lovely ball to Fernandes. Heavy touch on his chest. That was unlucky, Bruno Fernandes. He peeled away from his defender so well down the left-hand side. It was Savage who was picking him up, took it on his chest, and it just span away from him, and he just couldn't get on the end of his touch. It was really unlucky, Bruno Fernandes, and Atletico clear, and then Victor Lindelof just trips a midfielder on the retreat there for United, and it will be an Atletico free kick. Really good opportunity now for Bruno Fernandes. He did so well to peel away and take it on his chest, but it just skimmed off his knee as it came down, and that just gave it the extra yard of stank ahead of it to allow Atletico to step in and clear. Unlucky from United. Oblak with the free kick then for Madrid, straight onto the head of Fred at the edge of his own penalty area. He heads it down calmly to Fernandes, gets it back, and Shaw will clear. And Marcus Rashford has managed to escape and profit from a slip from Savage, but he cuts in field, and Jimenez is there to slow him down and dispossess him out towards the right-hand side. And Atletico move it forward. Shaw, though, steps into block, and now Carrera wins the ball back in midfield for Atletico, and the game is starting to look a little bit bitty in midfield. Challenges flying in now, left, right and centre. Atletico asking for a free kick in midfield, not given. They move the ball into the centre circle. These big European knights starting to come to the boil out towards the left-hand side, where Lodi is twisting and turning. He's got Mandeva going around him, and Victor Lindelof goes to ground with an excellent challenge, then plays the ball against Lodi and buys his side a goal kick. Much better from Manchester United in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. Victor Lindelof has adapted to this right-back role very, very well. He's played there a few times for his country in the past, but at a big high level like this, he's taken it like it to a duck to water. Absolutely superb performance from him so far. United try to move it forward towards Ronaldo. He gets fouled as he dumps it off to Pogba in the centre circle, but the referee plays advantage and is helped towards Jadon Sancho, right hand side, twisting and turning, runs into trouble, finds Paul Pogba infield towards Fred. That's a poor ball from Pogba, and Carrera and João Felix both at the edge of their own penalty area defending for Atletico, as it's Carrera who tries to escape down the left hand side, and Pogba goes to ground. He wins the ball quite clearly. Carrera picks it up expecting a free kick against him for handball. It goes to Rashford, who shoots from 40 yards, and it goes high and wide and not at all handsome. Marcus Rashford, I think that's just a frustrated effort from him. There were much better options on, but Carrera there putting his side into trouble by being dispossessed quite fairly by Pogba and then handling the ball, giving away a free kick. The referee absolutely right on this occasion, and then Marcus Rashford wasting the opportunity with a wild effort from 40 or so yards. Goal kick to Madrid, and it's been a breathless 12 minutes of this second half so far. Oblak with the long kick, Maguire beaten in the air, but Varane wins it at the edge of his own penalty area, and it goes back towards Harry Maguire. He gets fouled as he tries to challenge for the ball, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United midway inside their own half. Much more possession from United at the start of this second half, and a little bit more intense, and they move the ball side to side still, but a lot quicker than they were in the first half. They've got the ball with Sancho, and Sancho dumps it off, and then he just stops for a minute, Jadon Sancho, and holds his right knee area. Madrid are coming forward through João Felix down the right hand side. He runs straight into Luke Shaw though, and he wins the ball back, and Fernandes finds Rashford. Sancho seems to be moving fine. A dangerous ball into the middle of the field looking for Pogba by Fred, and Atletico win the ball back, and it's out with the right hand side with Llorente. Llorente will play infield to João Felix. He dumps it off to Herrera, and it comes back out to Llorente on the right hand side. Back it goes to Jimenez, and it goes up towards the left hand corner of the area. Maguire does very well to beat João Felix in the air, and it's still bouncing around there. João Felix from an offside position tucks it down to Hector Herrera, and United will have a free kick at the edge of their own box. And it's very frantic and in the air at the moment, and the game is scrappy. It's what I would describe as an old-fashioned FA Cup tie, when a non-league side travel up to a higher opposition team and try to defend for their lives and get them into a scrap. And that's exactly how this is playing out here in Madrid, in the grandest European club competition of them all. Victor Lindelof has the ball on the right hand side of the centre circle and sends it out to Harry Maguire, who crosses into Atletico territory again. Frantic from United. Luke Shaw takes over out towards Marcus Rashford on the touchline. Too frantic on this occasion for Rashford as he gives it away, and Carrera tries to travel with the ball. He gets dispossessed by Fernandes. Much better from him into the centre circle. Lindelof moves it forward and gets it straight back from Ronaldo, who's trying to hurry the game up. Another 1-2 between Lindelof and Ronaldo, and now Sancho involved, and now Lindelof, and now he's got an overlap here for Victor Lindelof, and the cross comes in, and it's an excellent challenge from Mandeva. Up in the air the ball goes. Lindelof looking for a free kick. He gets up limping. It's not going to be given, and João Felix again at the edge of his own penalty area helps Atletico Madrid play out. Back heel, needless back heel from Herrera though, gives it to Fred, and he goes to Pogba, and now back to Fernandes. Ronaldo at the edge of the penalty area finds Rashford, who tries to feed it into the box for a diagonal run from Bruno Fernandes, but the door slams shut by Jimenez, and then João Felix tries to escape from Victor Lindelof. He pulls him down, and that's going to be a yellow card for the Swede, who's had an excellent game for Manchester United. United, but he has to foul his man there, what we call a professional foul, and it will be a free kick to Atletico Madrid and a yellow card for Victor Lindelof. And we have played an hour now in Madrid. It's still Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 0. The goal scored by João Felix after 6.5 minutes. Doesn't quite tell the full story of the game, though, it has to be said. They also hit the crossbar just before half-time to Atletico Madrid, and then Manchester United have been much better in the second half, but they were abysmal in the first half. Very, very sloppy. They've given the ball away again here after winning it back, and Herrera will send it out towards the left-hand side, and Mandeva plays it in towards Carrera in the box here, twisting and turning. There were suspicions of offside, and now the flag does go up, but it's been waved away as Bruno Fernandes travels towards the centre circle, and he plays a long diagonal looking for Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's done so well there, Savage. It looked for a minute as he was chasing the long diagonal, he was going to get caught underneath it, and Cristiano Ronaldo was lingering behind him, ready to chest the ball in towards the penalty area and get a shot at goal, but he tracked it all the way, Savage, and he heads the ball back to Oblak, his goalkeeper. Excellent defending. Oblak's moved it forward to the left-hand side of the centre circle, where Fred is guilty of tripping João Felix, and it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid again, just inside the Manchester United half. Frantic and breathless second half, an excellent advert for Champions League football this. It's been a fascinating game to watch, and it may get even more fascinating as Luis Suarez is starting to go for a fairly vigorous warm-up down below us here. Obviously there's a lot of history between him and Manchester United from his time at Liverpool, as Atletico trying to come down the left-hand side, and Lodi goes to ground very easily under pressure from Victor Lindelof, but Bruno Fernandes again gives the ball away in midfield, and Atletico have it back in the centre circle. Long diagonal from Jimenez out towards the left-hand side. Mandeva tries to keep it in play, but he can only find Jadon Sancho, and he eventually gets fouled, and it's going to be a free kick. Lodi furious with that decision. He gestures towards the referee, saying it shouldn't have been a free kick. He went down far too easily at the byline just a few moments ago. He was losing his footing anyway, and Victor Lindelof had well and truly stepped back. It was no chance of a penalty whatsoever, but he perceives a similar foul just further up the field going against him as a step too far, and he gestures towards the referee, and the referee does well not to produce the yellow card. Varane has the ball for United, out towards Sancho on the right hand side. Forward it goes to Pogba, level with the edge of the penalty area. He's travelling down the right hand side, and he's tripped by Mandeva, and the assistant flags immediately, and then Mandeva charges towards the assistant referee. Manchester United took the free kick quickly, but the card is coming out here for Mandeva, and probably not for the challenge, but definitely for the reaction as he got straight into the assistant's face. And now Savage is over there as well, screaming at the referee, pointing towards the Manchester United penalty area and saying it was a very similar foul. It wasn't at all. He was two hands in the back, Mandeva, pushing Paul Pogba over. Pogba then tried to take the free kick very quickly, and as the referee had to come across and separate Mandeva from the assistant and produce the yellow card for the Atletico left back, the free kick was not allowed to be taken quickly, so it will come in from the right hand side. It's about 2 yards in from the right touchline, almost level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Luke Shaw is around it, so is Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo currently standing in an offside position. There's a two-man wall. The kick is at the angle, obviously, down this right hand side. Relatively ragged line from Atletico Madrid, level with the penalty spot. There's not a chance they're going to be brave enough to stand still, which is why Cristiano Ronaldo is in the offside position. Here it comes. Shaw runs over it. It's Fernandes straight onto the head of Jimenez. He heads clear, and Sancho with a volley at the edge of the box is blocked by Carrera. Out it comes to Fred, and now Rashford tries to dink inside and outside and gives the ball away, and Atletico coming forward through Llorente, and Marcus Rashford trips his man, puts an arm around him, pulls him over, and I think Marcus Rashford is also going to go into the referee's notebook here. The card is in his hands. Paul Pogba's waving his finger in the referee's face and saying that's not a booking, but it's extremely consistent from the referee, and of course it's the kind of booking you see in every game, one of those professional fouls where the ball will get past me or the player will get past me, but you're both not getting past. That's exactly what Marcus Rashford did there, and it is a yellow card and a free kick to Atletico Madrid. I'm surprised there's no changes being offered here by Ralf Rangnick. as I say that, Nemanja Matic moves his way to the touchline. Thanks for making me look foolish, Ralph Rangnick. Also, I can see Alanga and Telles, so he's making me look super foolish, as Manchester United are now preparing a triple substitution. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Nemanja Matic and Alex Telles, all on the touchline waiting to come on. The free kick from Atletico will come first though, and they send it down the right channel over the head of everybody and out for a goal kick. And now will Manchester United make the changes? I think they're about to. They are. So it's going to be this triple change then for United. And the first one to come off is Victor Lindelof, who is going to go off on the far side to be replaced by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's not really surprising, but it's a shame for Victor Lindelof. He's had a very, very good 65 minutes. He's probably been Manchester United's standout player in a rather unfamiliar role for him, and he's had an excellent game, but he's been replaced by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Paul Pogba is going to be pulled off for Nemanja Matic, which is a surprise. I was expecting Bruno Fernandes' number to come up on that occasion, but Matic comes on for Pogba. And the third change, Alex Telles, presumably it will be Luke Shaw to come off, and it is Luke Shaw to make way for Alex Telles. Interesting changes for Manchester United and Ralph Rangnick there. 24 minutes of the 90 left to play. Manchester United trailing to Atletico Madrid by a João Felix goal to nil, scored after 6.5 minutes. The game gets back underway as David De Gea lays it down to Rafael Varane in the penalty area, who will square it across to Harry Maguire, who then in turn gives it back to Varane. He's going to go forward right-footed into the Atletico half of the field, but it's a really poor ball that he slices out and it goes straight out of play, and it'll be an Atletico Madrid throw-in 5 or 6 yards back from the touchline. From the halfway line. Thrown forward, João Felix can't control it though, and Rafa Varane just picks it up midway inside his own half. He'll tuck it back towards De Gea, who clears right-footed up towards Ronaldo, chest down into the path of Fernandes, who hooks it into the path of Matic. He stays down after the ball's gone, does Fernandes, but Matic advances into the Atletico half of the field, and Wan-Bissaka trying to win the ball back as Matic eventually runs into an alleyway of Atletico players, and he can't do it, and it's going to be cleared out towards the right hand side. Well taken down by Llorente, and he hooks it forward looking for Carrera. Alex Telles is unsure of the bounce, but Harry Maguire comes across and wins the header. Carrera wins the second ball. He handles it though, spotted by the assistant, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United midway inside their own half. They do need to get the ball forward though, and they just need to try a slightly different approach to Manchester United. They have improved in the second half, but they've still been well below par. Free kick has gone to the right hand side of the centre circle, where Fred will lay it off towards Matic, who sends it out to Maguire just on the left hand side. Harry Maguire, and he cuts back infield into the centre circle. It goes again, and Matic just twisted internally, wanted to go forward there, but again the movement ahead of him, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho not really offering too much. Varane brings it himself into the Atletico half of the field and sends it out to Rashford on the right hand side. He gets it back to Rafa Varane, but he has to go back to Nemanja Matic. He dummies as if he's going to go left and now advances very centrally. It's a good ball to find Bruno Fernandes on the right byline. Cross comes in and it's blocked away by Lodi, and it's going to be it should have been a Manchester, it almost was a Manchester United corner. It was defended by Lodi, but Bruno Fernandes was in an offside position. The flag has gone up, and it will be a free kick to Atletico. Very tight call down that right hand side. I didn't suspect Bruno Fernandes of being offside, but I only get to see it in real time, so credit to the assistant if he got that one right. And it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid just inside their own penalty area. I don't think a 1-0 defeat here would be at the end of the world for Manchester United. The Old Trafford crowd, the famous European nights under the lights at Old Trafford, are famously frantic, and famously the Old Trafford faithful get behind their side. They've got some of the best supporters in the world, Manchester United, and you know, memories of Old Trafford comebacks. The Olympiacos won in the Champions League were under David Moyes, where they were 2-0 down from the first leg in Greece, and Robin van Persie hat-trick on that occasion brought the game back to a 3-2 aggregate win for United to take them into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Years before that, under Ron Atkinson, 2-0 down to a Diego Maradona-led Barcelona side in the Cup Winners' Cup and turned around at Old Trafford. Another 3-0 victory on that night, a big European night in 1984, that one. So 1-0 if they take this back to Manchester in 3 weeks' time. 1-0 won't be the end of the world for United. They will still believe, they will still understand they can get back into this game, but they will have to be much better than they've shown so far this evening. There is an Atletico player incidentally just down with cramp at the moment, so that's why there's nothing going on. The game's about to get back underway, and it does so, and Varane wins the header, drops in towards the centre circle. Mandeva tries to clear it and is hooked forward by Atletico. Rashford wins the header. Fred dangerously plays it back towards Varane, who hooks it up towards the halfway line. Atletico again win the first ball. Jadon Sancho can't get on the end of it, and Alex Tellez can't keep up with Llorente, who escapes down the right hand side, and Alex Tellez recovers very well and he blocks the cross coming in, and Atletico win a corner down the right hand side. That's excellent defending in the second instance there by Alex Tellez, who just lost his man for a brief moment. It's often difficult for substitutes to keep up with the pace of the game when they first come on. And there was a slight break as well to that injury to the Atletico player, Herrera, who's back on, is about to take this corner from the right-hand side. It should swing away from David De Gea's goal. United still in that man-marking territory at the moment as the cross comes in and it's flicked away by Varane. It's picked up by Llorente at the edge of the box, and there's a bicycle kick from João Felix, a very optimistic one from the left-hand corner of the 18-yard box, and it goes well wide of David De Gea's post, and it will be a goal kick to Manchester United, and we're inside the final 20 minutes here in Madrid. Manchester United still trailing by that João Felix goal to nil as Alex Tellez takes the ball just outside his penalty area and goes backwards to Nemanja Matic, who is dropping deeper now, allowing Fred a bit more freedom to go forward, as well as Bruno Fernandes. It's been brought out by Rafa Varane now, and now Marcus Rashford on the halfway line, right of centre, comes back towards Fred, and he has to tuck it back towards Varane, centre half again, and infield it goes to Matic, and Matic into the centre circle, just creates half a yard and lays it at the feet of Alex Tellez, 10 yards inside the Atletico half. Bruno Fernandes takes over, he's forced backwards though, and Nemanja Matic in the centre circle. Room for Fred on the for Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side rather, and he drops it off towards Ronaldo and goes on behind him, does Wan-Bissaka, cuts back infield looking for the left corner of the area, dumps it off towards Fred, left-footed ball, deep ball in towards the area. He was looking for Bruno Fernandes, just puts a touch too much on it, does Fred, and Jan Oblak just backpedals and watches it into his hands just under his near post and catches the ball, takes the pressure off his defence, and Atletico breathe again, still 1-0. Atletico, I think, are just preparing a substitution down below us as well. We'll give you details on that in a moment, but I think Carrera might just be suffering from a touch or two of cramp and legginess. He's just won a header ahead of Harry Maguire though, and finds João Felix on the left-hand side. Lovely footwork from him, and he's got the overlapping run, and they're level with the edge of the 6-yard box. In it goes, looking for Herrera. It's not the best of balls into the penalty area though, and Varane was very well positioned, and he clears only as far as Mandeva, midway inside the United half. Back towards João Felix now, who moves it forward to the edge of the penalty area. He's got an overlapping run down the left-hand side, and there's a tangle of legs. The ball crosses the byline, and Fred's going to talk himself into the referee's notebook here. It's a corner to Atletico Madrid. Fred gestured very angrily towards the referee, and the referee puts Fred's name into the referee's notebook. A fourth booking for Manchester United. Forget what I said about the cards in the first half. 2 for Atletico Madrid, 4 for Manchester United, and a corner for them to defend as well. And Fred, that was a needless yellow card. That he talked his way well and truly into the book on that occasion. And again, back to what I was saying in the first half, it's just one of the criticisms from Fred has been about his temperament, and that was a completely needless yellow card. Corner from the left-hand side for Atletico Madrid. It ought to be a right-footed delivery from Herrera on this occasion. Carrera just lingering at the back post, and it's another poor delivery. Poor clearance from Fred though, and a volley comes in at the edge of the penalty area, and it goes over the crossbar. That was unlucky. It just dropped to the centre midfielder. He hit it on the half volley, and it goes over David De Gea's crossbar. He did dive for it though, David De Gea. He wasn't sure where that was going, but it goes over the bar. And now an Atletico Madrid change, but I think Manchester United are going to make one first, and Alanga is going to come into the fray here for Manchester United to replace Marcus Rashford. So Anthony Alanga, who's becoming a regular under Ralph Rangnick, will get the final quarter of an hour here. There's going to be a double change for Atletico Madrid as well, and I'm sure Manchester United are not going to be happy to see the sides of Lemar and Antoine Griezmann. Just see who makes way for Atletico. It looks as if the goal scorer, João Felix, is going to go and be replaced, and it's going to be Renan Lodi, the man who teed up the goal for João Felix. It was a lovely goal, beautiful ball from Lodi from the left-hand side. He just afforded too much room for Manchester United. He took a touch and a right-footed delivery into the penalty area, and João Felix got right in between Harry Maguire and Rafael Varane, and his header was pinpoint in against the post. Nothing that David De Gea could do. It was a gorgeous goal from Atletico Madrid, and he's been doing his defensive duty as well. He's run his socks off as João Felix. He's had an excellent game, and he gets the final quarter of an hour off, and he's been replaced by the formidable Antoine Griezmann. United have the ball midway inside their own half through Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It goes back towards Nemanja Matic at the edge of his own penalty area. He moved forward to the midway point of the United half, out towards Alex Telles on halfway. He hits touch and then he looks up and he wanted to play the ball forward. He's had his legs clipped, and that's going to be a yellow card, I think, for Llorente for Atletico Madrid. Consistency from the referee as well. Every challenge like that so far this evening has resulted in a yellow card, and there is one for Llorente, Atletico Madrid's third. He joins Herrera and Mandeva in the book for Atletico Madrid. For Manchester United, Victor Lindelof, Fred, Marcus Rashford and Luke Shaw all in the referee's notebook. United have taken a kick in towards the centre circle. Matic puts it into the path of Varane, and Varane will move it forward into the Atletico half. Quick 1-2 with Elanga, and he tries to release Aaron Wan-Bissaka down the right hand side. Mandeva gets there, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka keeps possession of the ball, finds Bruno Fernandes, laid back towards Fred, who gets bundled over at the edge of the penalty area. He may have gone down a little bit too easily, Fred, but Manchester United have a free kick in a dangerous position here at the edge of the area, only around about 20 yards from goal. Savage is furious, saying that Fred dived. He went in. Carrera, he did just nudge him with the hip, did Carrera. Gave the kick away. He just got him just on the hip to hip rather than shoulder to shoulder, and he did bundle Fred down, in fairness. And Manchester United here with a chance to do something from 20 yards from goal, and guess who's putting the ball down? It's Cristiano Ronaldo, and the cards come out here for another Atletico player. Is it I'm not sure which player it was who went into the notebook there. It was Cristiano Ronaldo was putting the ball down, and somebody was arguing quite vociferously with the referee, and he's gone into the book. I think it's Savage who's gone into the book here. A fourth Atletico yellow card anyway. Jan Oblak's just come out of his goal, and he's just trying to calm things down here. A little bit of anger from Atletico. They feel the referee's been one-sided. It's been fairly consistent from what I can see, as the referee just helpfully puts some of the vanishing spray for the free kick over the boots of the players in the wall. It's a 5-man now Atletico wall. 20 yards from goal this. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, who's been here many times before, who's placed the ball. Bruno Fernandes is also around it. Atletico have put a player in the form of Antoine Griezmann at the back of the wall, led down like a draft excluder. Cristiano Ronaldo only has one thought in his mind. Carrera is being reminded by the referee to move back. He's nowhere near 10 yards back from the wall at the moment. Manchester United have put a 2-man wall in the form of Harry Maguire and Fred in front, a yard in front of the Atletico Madrid 5-man wall. Rafael Varane's in an offside position. Ronaldo steps up and he puts it well over the crossbar. Cristiano Ronaldo, a disappointing effort, and it sums up Manchester United's evening. It remains 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, and from that distance, not even the great Cristiano Ronaldo could get it up and down in time. Well over the crossbar, and a let off that for Atletico Madrid. I'm really not sure which Atletico player went in the referee's notebook there. It may have been Jimenez who went in the book. I think it was Jimenez rather than Savage. My apologies to Savage. I was just trying to clear that up. But it all happened so fast in what has been an excellent but frantic Champions League encounter. In the other game, incidentally, Yarmolenko has equalised for Benfica. It looks 2-2 going into the final 10 minutes of that one. Atletico Madrid have a throw-in on halfway, just down the right-hand side, taken quickly, looking for the run of Carrera into the penalty area. Harry Maguire stays switched on though, and he heads clear, and Fred does well to find Bruno Fernandes in the centre circle, and there's options here for United, and Elanga into the penalty area, one-on-one, and he puts the ball into the back of the net. Anthony Elanga has scored 2 in 2 games for Manchester United, and this is a big one. It's the best move that Manchester United have put together all evening, and has resulted in an equalising goal. They don't deserve it, but they've got it. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 1. Oh, it was an excellent move from the throw-in. Atletico Madrid just switched off ever so slightly. The throw-in was taken quickly towards Harry Maguire. He heads clear, and there was a foul on Cristiano Ronaldo in midfield, but he managed to turn the ball infield towards Fred. Fred used his left foot to hook it towards Bruno Fernandes, who travelled diagonally into the centre circle, put it into the path of Elanga, who was running diagonally in towards the right corner. The defender tried to make a tackle. He got nowhere near it, and Elanga hit it from the angle first time with the side of his right foot past the on-rushing Oblak, who stuck out his leg, couldn't reach it. His positioning was somewhat questionable, Oblak, but the ball goes into the back of the net, and Anthony Elanga has scored for the second time running in his Manchester United career, and he has scored the equalising goal in Madrid. Manchester United are also now making a quick substitution before the game restarts. Jesse Lingard is going to come on, and Jadon Sancho is making way. And Manchester United now, are they going to defend? Are they going to stick or twist? That is the question. Here comes the Atletico Madrid response as the ball is driven long and diagonally down towards the right-hand side, but it bounces over the byline and out for a goal kick to Manchester United. Oh my goodness, I can't believe the equaliser came, but it did. They don't deserve it. They have been better in the second half, though, it has to be said, and for all the sloppiness of their play, they absolutely have been dogged, and they have been determined, and the effort's been there all evening, and it has to be said. But Atletico could have been out of sight by half-time, but here we find ourselves at 1-1. Isn't this why we love football, ladies and gentlemen? De Gea with the goal kick. Ronaldo doesn't win the header, and the second ball also won by Madrid, and there's a foul on halfway committed by Alex Telles, who now goes in the referee's notebook. That was a slightly high challenge from the Brazilian left-back, and the substitute now also in the notebook for Manchester United. I think that's the 5th booking for Manchester United in this game so far. Alex Telles, adjudged to have been slightly high there on halfway. Foul on Llorente. So the free kick on the halfway line, right of centre for Madrid. It goes down towards the left-hand side, headed infield. Nemanja Matic volleys away at the edge of his own D, but it's going to come back towards United. Only as far as Wan-Bissaka, though, and Elanga with the confidence to flick it over his head. He was looking for Jesse Lingard, but he couldn't find him in the centre circle, and Jimenez has it for Atletico Madrid. Just on the right-hand side of the centre circle, long diagonal out to the left-hand side. It's not a good ball, though, from the experienced Jimenez, and Wan-Bissaka just finds Anthony Elanga, who finds Nemanja Matic. Forward it goes. That's a poor ball from Matic. Atletico win it back, and it's handball as he plays infield, and it looks as if Matic just tried to recover, and it just flicked up against his hand. A free kick to Atletico Madrid, who want a booking for Nemanja Matic. It was a completely accidental handball. It was Lamar who just played infield, and it just hit the hand of the Manchester United man. Not a lot he could do about it, but a free kick rightfully awarded. Around about 15 yards inside the United half. Very central, this free kick for Atletico Madrid. David De Gea already on his toes. Antoine Griezmann standing around about 15 yards offside at the moment. It looks like he's going to go and try and check back. He doesn't, though. It goes towards the angle. It's headed across the face of goal. Jimenez gets up and just about wins the header. He can't generate any power, though, and it just bounces wide of the post. David De Gea had it covered anyway at the near post. But again, more warning signs for Manchester United at the back. They haven't looked entirely comfortable defending anything into their 18-yard box so far this evening. But they have only conceded the one goal, and I'm just seeing a replay of the goal again on the monitor, and Jan Oblak really does need to look at his positioning there. He's he's tracking the ball from side to side, and he's got no idea where he is in his goal, and it leaves Anthony Elanga a target he literally couldn't miss, I don't think. Ball bouncing around in the midfield area at the moment, and Fred flicks it towards Jesse Lingard. He can't receive it, though, but Fred does well to win the ball back in the centre circle, and Alex Telles tries to put it back into the path of the Brazilian, but it's given away, and Carrera finds Herrera and back towards Carrera, and he's trying to split the lines looking for Antoine Griezmann, but there's Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the edge of his penalty area to tuck it in towards David De Gea, who clears long first time, headed back infield, and it's going to be taken by Jimenez for Atletico Madrid, midway inside his own half, out towards the right hand side. Antoine Griezmann had made an early run, but it goes back instead to Jimenez, and Atletico just slowing the game down ever so slightly, and it is Manchester United looking more energetic in the final 5 minutes of this 90 minutes here. There is 5 to play, expecting 2 or 3 minutes of added time for sure at the end of this 90 minutes though. I was saying at half time that 1-0 for Manchester United wouldn't be the end of the world to go back to Old Trafford in a couple of weeks time, but 1-1 would most certainly be even better. Throw in for United, comes in and it's hooked infield by Telles. It's a bit of a loose ball though from Alex Telles, and it's Griezmann who goes out towards the left hand side. Lemar will tuck it back towards Jimenez though, and Atletico, as I say, just slowing everything down at the moment. They've still got it on the halfway line. It comes back out towards Hector Herrera and back infield and into the centre circle, and there's a long diagonal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka had just tucked infield, and Lemar takes it in on the left touchline. It's a nice 1-2 with Carrera, and out back towards Lemar. He tries a cross, and Rafa Varane had come across, and he blocks the cross, and it goes behind for a corner, and he's just putting his fingers to his temples, and he's encouraging his teammates to stay switched on here as United come back to defend, and they're going for the man-to-man marking situation where they have looked slightly more comfortable in defending in this second half. Corner from the left hand side, swings away from goal, it's taken by Llorente, and he finds Antoine Griezmann, who hits the crossbar. Danger not over the F United, out towards Lemar, cross comes in, blocked by Fernandes, and out for a corner, and Bruno Fernandes turns around and celebrates like his side have just gone 2-1 up. Corner goes short, Carrera goes towards the left hand side, surely that went out of play. The referee hasn't indicated it did. It surely crossed the byline for a goal kick, but the referee says play on. It goes out for a throw into Atletico Madrid instead. My goodness, Antoine Griezmann from the right hand side of the 18-yard box hitting the Manchester United crossbar, and Atletico still coming, but they've given the ball away to Bruno Fernandes, who runs into trouble almost, and he tries to release down the right hand side, Jesse Lingard, but he gives the ball away, and Jimenez dumps it out towards the right hand side. Anthony Elanga back trying to win the ball back, so is Fred. They run straight into Alex Telles, and then Fred does take over, and Atletico win it back, and it's very frantic again down the Manchester United left, and the ball's been cleared by Atletico, by Jimenez, who comes across. It takes a flick off of Manchester United boot, and it goes out for a throw-in to Atletico. Antoine Griezmann from the right-hand side of the 6-yard box just took a touch. It sat up lovely for him, and his volley beat Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It beat David De Gea, but it didn't beat the crossbar. It came back off the bar, and United managed to smuggle the ball away. Oh my goodness, that's the second time in this encounter that Atletico Madrid have hit the woodwork. But still, here we are. Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 1. Just about to enter the final 2 minutes of the 90. Harry Maguire will tuck the ball back to David De Gea inside his 18-yard box. He clears right-footed up towards halfway. Elanga challenges, but he loses out, and it's hooked over the head of the Atletico Madrid player, and it's bouncing around in the United half, and Matic has lost control of the ball, but he manages to recover and poke it into his area. David De Gea, I think, is going to pick this up. It looked like a deliberate back pass to me for Nemanja Matic. It looked like he clearly tried to volley it back to his goalkeeper, but the referee seems happy with it. De Gea picks the ball up, and it's been laid off to Maguire, and now Telles, and that's going to be a foul on Cristiano Ronaldo midway inside his own half. He was bundled into by Antoine Griezmann, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. And is it stick or twist time for United? Do they want to see if they can find a second goal, or are they happy to hang on for a draw here? Maguire, left-footed, tucks it infield towards Matic. Matic advances up towards the centre circle and then plays it just behind Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who has to retreat and then find Varane. Right-footed ball, looking for an early run of Elanga into the right channel. Elanga has to go the long way round. Jimenez using his experience to just block his run-off, and Oblak comes to the left-hand side of his penalty area and volleys it, but volleys it poorly, and it's going to be a Manchester United throw-in from the right-hand side, level with the Atletico Madrid 18-yard box. Again, stick or twist time for United. Wanda comes forward to take the throw in. He finds Elanga. He turns it round the corner, looking for the run of Jesse Lingard. He can't get on the end of it, Lingard. Elanga wins the header on the right corner and then wins the second header as well. But no United player gets anywhere near the ball as it bounces in the 18-yard box. It's cleared as far as Herrera in midfield, who gets bundled over by Nemanja Matic, and Atletico Madrid have a free kick midway inside their own half, and we're inside the final 15 seconds of the 90 minutes. We're just waiting for the fourth official to let us know how many minutes will be added on at the end of this game, and it's going to be four minutes to be played for either side to find a winner to take into the second leg. Atletico Madrid play it forward down the right hand side. The header is won, but it's cleared by Matic at the edge of his own penalty area up towards halfway, and Jimenez gets up above Ronaldo and heads it into touch for a Manchester United throw-in. And now Nemanja Matic, before the throw-in can come in, has gone down off the ball, and the referee's going to go and check on him, but he's going to receive some treatment here, Nemanja Matic. And he does seem to be in some discomfort here, does the Serbian international, or former international I should say. And he's gone down totally off the ball, and he certainly looks like he's in pain. I'm not sure quite what happened, but the game has stopped so he can receive some treatment. It certainly doesn't look like it's play acting from Nemanja Matic. He is back to his feet now, and the game can continue, and the throw-in comes in, and it's Harry Maguire who wins a header in midfield as it was repelled by Atletico, and it goes back towards Jan Oblak, and Jesse Lingard does a good job of closing down, and Ronaldo gets on the end of it and manages to win a throw-in for Manchester United. And there is some intent from the visitors here. Throw-in comes in towards Ronaldo. It's down the left-hand side. Forward it goes to Alex Telles, who's trying to escape, and he does very well to beat two Atletico players, and it's a good ball in towards the penalty area, and Elanga just couldn't grow enough, and it comes to Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. He finds Fernandes, who finds Fred at the edge of the box, back towards Bruno Fernandes and out to Telles, left hand side. Another cross comes in, it takes a deflection, and it's a Manchester United corner. Late pressure from United here at the end of this game, and that's excellent work from Alex Telles. He made Llorente look a fool down that left hand side, and he left Savage for dead as well, and a left footed cross in towards the penalty area was decent. It was just over the head of Anthony Elanga. Let's see if he can do better with a dead ball situation. Corner to United. Telles from the left hand side delivers it in towards the area. It does beat the first man but doesn't beat the second. Atletico are actually literally falling over themselves to clear. They do to Matic. Matic finds Fernandes at the edge of the box. Varane, now Telles, left hand side, delivers it in towards the back post over the head of everybody. Ronaldo hooks it back in. Varane trying to find space in the area. Elanga then trying to win the ball back, and he's adjudged to have fouled, and it's going to be a free kick to Atletico Madrid at the edge of the penalty area. I didn't see that Anthony Elanga did too much wrong there. The ball just wouldn't sit down for him, and he didn't make any contact. The Atletico player Jimenez using his experience, going down far too easily, and he's bought a free kick there at the edge of the penalty area, and a chance to just run a few seconds off the clock. I think Atletico at this point will settle for the point. Flicked on from the free kick though, as I say that, and they look for Griezmann at the edge of the penalty area. The ball goes forward between Griezmann and Carrera, and it's Matic who clears. It's headed back towards the United penalty area. Maguire this time. Llorente can't control, but Lingard can't get on the end of it, and it's in the midfield area. Fred now manages to win the ball back for United. He does well, does the Brazilian. Telles flicks it towards Lingard in the Atletico half. He tries to take it down, but he's not going to get the better of Savage. Savage just puts his body in the way and lets it drop over the touchline for an Atletico throw-in midway inside their own half. And we are inside the final 40 seconds now of added on time, and I think 1-1 will probably be the final score. Griezmann trying to change that at the moment, steps in field, goes down too easily under pressure from Varane, and the referee not interested. Fernandes has it at the tip of the centre circle. He's just waiting for a couple of runs, and Cristiano Ronaldo duly obliges down the right hand side. Mandeva then goes into the back of Cristiano Ronaldo. That's got to be a free kick, but it's not a free kick. Oh, but Atletico have given it to Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the edge of the penalty area. Fred splits the lines, finds Lingard, shot from distance, spilled by Oblak, and no Manchester United player can get on the end of it. Cristiano Ronaldo was clearly fouled down in the right hand channel. It was an obvious nudge in the back, but some loose play from Atletico Madrid, giving it away at the edge of the box. A lovely ball from Fred and a strike from Jesse Lingard. Oblak gets down to his left hand side, he parries it back. and the final whistle here has been blown, and it's been an excellent game of football, it has to be said. Very, very well worth the entertainment. Atletico Madrid, I think, will somehow come away with this game wondering how they haven't won it. They should have been out of sight by half-time, in truth. They hit the woodwork twice and they were comfortably 1-0 up, but a mistake really, but a lovely bit of play from Manchester United, the best they produced all evening, and what was a frustrating evening from the boys from Manchester. It really was, but they were rewarded for their persistence when a lovely move into the centre circle was allowed Bruno Fernandes to tee up Anthony Elanga. He was at the angle just inside the area. Oblak came out, but he narrowed the angle the wrong way, and Elanga put the ball past his outstretched leg into the far corner to make the final score here. Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 1. It's going to be a fascinating second leg in Manchester in a couple of weeks' time. Make sure you stick with us, and thank you to everyone who's listened in tonight. I truly hope you enjoyed the coverage as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Thank you for listening. Full time here in Madrid. Atletico Madrid 1, Manchester United 1.
Score. Game changing numbers.